on left his Facebook.
Okay.
Yeah.
Living for myself, my life was confused, having no direction, not knowing which way to turn. But when I met you, things all changed. Confusion no longer remains.
I think I was like 11:59 or 12:01 on Apple when it dropped.
Right, I appreciate it. Yeah.
I was like 12:01. Oh,
Thank you.
we got it. Good morning. Good morning. I see y'all coming in. Good morning. We are listening to the sounds of Stephen T. or my Travis. This is a new chapter.
Hello.
Hello, hello, as y'all come in. Good morning, good morning. I see y'all logging on. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Good morning. We're back. How about that? First Saturday in August, season 2. Coffee and Conversations with LaKisha. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I see y'all coming in fast. Y'all gotta listen. If you don't have this album, you need to go get it right now or cop it. As I always say back in the day, go ahead and cop that album. I'm super, super excited. We're gonna let y'all listen to it a little bit more. This is Since You Came. Yeah.
No one can make me do the things that you do. The old things form again.
Yeah.
They're all gone in my past. I met you, now I'm brand new. Since you came into my life.
Yeah, that's good. Can you turn it? Good morning, good morning. Welcome to Coffee and Conversations with LaKisha. We are Instagram Live and Facebook Live, and I want to welcome you guys back to season 2 of Coffee and Conversations with LaKisha. And of course, my very, very first guest had to be my dopest guest of all and one of the loves of my life, Stephen T. Robinson. So
Hello.
welcome and thank you back. Say hello to everybody.
Greetings to everyone. Hello. We greet you in divine love.
Yeah, we've been out of season. I've been out of season for a while, resting, which has been really cool. But I've missed my Saturday interviews.
Yes.
And so when God started showing me who to do next, right, I was like, okay, where are we going with this? And then, of course, he's like, we got to get this album out here with Stephen T. I know that the album is doing extremely well, and I know the last time we were here, we were just talking about a bunch of things.
Right.
So I want to talk to the album, but I want to give them a little history because I have some new viewers. We have new people that have been tuning in to Coffee and Conversations. So tell us a little bit just about your pastoring, how long you've been pastoring, those things first.
Well, raised in this church all my life where I pastor, New Zion Grove Baptist Church. It was Zion Grove back in the day. My father's assistant for 9 years. And now the Lord has allowed me to be pastoring. This will be 9 years this year.
Oh, wow, okay.
As well. So, yeah, that's kind of the history of it.
What is pastoring like? What has it been like to accept your call? First of all, because you were young when you accepted your call.
Oh, yes.
Most people don't know your history of basketball and how an amazing athlete you were.
Yeah.
And we talked about that last time, you finding the call. But what has it been like? Because when we accept a call young, we also mature in that call.
Right.
What's that been like for you?
It's been a challenge because when I accepted my calling, it was scary because I told everyone I never would preach.
Oh, wow.
Singing is
Did
for
you
me.
say that?
I said that.
Oh,
I said
wow.
I will never ever preach. I don't care how many preachers I had in my family.
Yeah.
But God changed that, and orchestrated it. But it's been a challenge, but it's been a blessing as well. And and I see why He called me, because I'm able to operate in the things that He's called me to do, and it's amazing.
That's good. That's good. Tapping into our gifts. I don't think people understand how important this call is,
Yeah.
Answering the call.
Yes.
I was talking to one of our other cousins, and she said it was prophesied to me like a couple years ago that there was a call in my life.
Yeah.
And I don't think people understand that our family, like we come from the tribe of Levi.
Yeah.
And
exactly.
I was thinking about it because you're actually in mother's generation, and then I fall in the generation after you.
Right.
And I think I'm the first one in my generation
Right.
to accept the call. I don't
Right.
know that anybody else has yet.
Right. Not yet.
If you are just logging on, I'm with my special guest, Stephen T. Robinson. We were playing some of his album and his music. We're going to talk about this album in just a second. He is the pastor of New Zion Grove Baptist Church. He is also my cousin, whom I love tremendously.
Love you too.
Oh no, I know. I mean, we haven't even really been able to talk lately.
Right.
He's been busy. I've been busy, so I missed you tremendously.
Yeah.
So I feel like I'm getting ready to try to catch everything up in 30
Yeah.
minutes. I'm like, okay, catch up. I've been seeing you work out a lot lately. What is that about? What are you doing? Capturing your physical? What is that about?
Well, it's really health-wise, life-wise. You want to live a long life, and you can't do the things that God has called you to do if you are challenged in your body. So you try to have the best health you can, and every opportunity you can, you try to get in there and work out. So.
Yeah, and I know that's hard sometimes as pastors because everybody wants to feed you.
Oh yes.
Everything involves food. And people
everything.
baking you and cooking for you and everything. Yeah,
Yes.
I know that's hard because people always want to make sure you're well fed and everything else. It's like, no, I don't need to be fed. I don't need to be fed. I'm trying to focus on my physical health. So we have this new CD that's hit. It debuted when? July?
July the 5th.
Yeah, July 5th, the CD hit.
It's an EP. It's an early promotion.
Okay.
With 4 songs on it.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I know you have been working on this album, grinding. Tell me more about the CD. Where did this? I know music has been in you, and if somebody didn't know that, and if people just thought you were a singing pastor, they misunderstood completely.
Yeah.
But I know music has been in you. Where did the inspiration come from for this album?
Well, the inspiration started a while back. I had promised my mother, who's resting in glory, God bless her, I had promised her that I would do it a long time ago, and, procrastination kind of got in the way, and finally God said it's time. So I stepped out on faith and done it. I didn't have the finances, and God said, well, I didn't ask you that.
Yeah.
And I'm telling
that's
you.
good.
So throughout this whole process, God has sent people to just sow into the ministry. And, it's just been a blessing. It happened. So
that's good. And I don't think people realize when we start talking about music or pursuing our gifts and talents, that's ministry as well.
Yes.
But you said something super significant. You said procrastination got in the way. What? Tell me what that was like. What was procrastination saying to you? Because I feel like it has a voice.
It
does.
I
feel like it has a voice.
It does.
And it starts speaking really loud. And it starts giving you alternatives. So what was procrastination saying to you?
Procrastination was saying, well, you'll get to it eventually. You have the church and all of this going on. So just wait on it. Don't do it now. By me procrastinating. My mom, transitioned on to glory, and I was just like, wow. I didn't get a chance to do it, and procrastination kept talking. Yeah. Oh, you can do it later, and then God says now or never.
Yeah.
So I stepped out on faith, and here it is, and it has been a blessing to this nation.
So, because even if something significant to you in the procrastination, the thing that I've realized is we hold up.
Yes.
The people that need us.
Yes.
We hold up the people that are waiting on us.
Exactly.
It's procrastination can also be abortive.
Right.
It'll make you have spiritual abortions.
Right.
Where the things that need to manifest in your life will
That's
not manifest.
Things you need to get birth to.
Yeah, that you need to get birth to. Procrastination. It's some other ones. It's not. It's procrastination. It's complacency.
Right.
It's some other ones that they will cause you to have a contentment. They will cause you to have a spiritual abortion. And you will abort your divine destiny because it starts also telling you about your inadequacy.
That's right.
Right? It'll start also telling you what you cannot afford.
That's right. Yeah.
And God never told you to afford absolutely anything. He just told you to make the step.
That's it, the step.
Yeah.
And the step of faith has been phenomenal.
Oh, that's good.
It has. It's been phenomenal.
But you didn't see the path until you made the step, right?
I did not. I promise I did not. But that step of faith led me right to the path.
That's good. And then people begin to be drawn to you and connect to you.
That's right.
Because a lot of times we're waiting on the path to open up.
That's right.
And that's not what faith is.
That's not what faith is.
That's not what faith is.
Not at all.
I want to talk to you a little bit about the parable of talents in Matthew,
Okay,
right?
right.
And I was thinking about this as I was coming here, because music is a part of your gift, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he talks about that. Do you really think that God takes our talents or our gifts away from us, or what happens when we don't step into the divine destiny, or we don't step into the things He's called us into?
I really believe God takes it away. I really believe He does, until we are. How do I want to say this? Until we are godly sorry. To say God, you know, hey, I know I've been slacking, procrastinating.
That's good.
So I believe He does. But the kind of person I am, my CD that's coming out, and you can see on this CD, I call myself I am music, because I'm not a particular genre.
Give me a high five. I love that. Because one of my hashtags is I am ministry.
That's it.
That's one of my hashtags. I am ministry. So I love it.
Yeah, I am music. So on this CD coming out in January, and on this one, you can see I do different genres of music. So I try to use every gift that God has given me, because I want to reach the nations, not just one genre of music. Yeah. I want to reach it all.
Because at the end of the day, this is about discipleship.
It is. That's what it's about.
And the other end in this is God is the goal. I taught something recently on God is the goal, not God as the goal. God is. He has got to be the center of this.
Yes.
How do you keep it all together? And this is what I'm talking about. It is so easy to, when we're gifted, people will start giving us accolades.
Right.
But you have to keep God at the center of the thing. And I've seen so many people, once the goal is accomplished, that they get outside and they push kind of God to the side, and they don't keep Him at the first forefront. And I am very clear when God says God have no other gods before me. Your music can't be no God. Your marriage can't be no God. Your church can't be no God. Your ministry cannot be a God. How do you keep yourself centered to keep God as the supreme or the primary goal to everything you're doing?
Well, I was raised correctly with my father, and I saw so much success with him. And when I monitored with him and started to venture off into preaching and singing, my father told me something it may be simple ABC, but it was so powerful and profound to me. He said, son, I don't care what you do. Always remember, he said, you can be playing checkers, and there's always somebody that's better than you. So there's no reason for you to be arrogant, because you always need God.
Yes.
And whenever I do anything now, people will see, to God be the glory.
Yes.
Because I can't do it without Him.
Yes.
I won't do it without Him.
You won't.
Because He's my power source. He gives me the strength. So that's just how I feel.
That's good, and that keeps you centered. And I think we put ourselves in a position to have those check systems. One of the things that I found out is we have blind spots.
Right, that's right. Oh, that's good.
And when you have a blind spot, you better have somebody in your goal. See, we like people who always pat us on the back, celebrate us, encourage us. One of the things that helps me is you better have somebody that's in your life that doesn't care about offending you.
Right, that's true to the game.
That's true to the game. That's true to you. And that'll help you even in your places of your blind spots. That'll say, because we all have blind spots of things that we don't see, so that we can stay humble. If your friends if you want to allow your friends to approach you and tell you this is jacked up,
That's right.
then you're not humble enough. And I heard you say something significant about arrogance. And arrogance and pride will choke something out.
It will. I promise it will.
It will choke. It will choke out your dream. It's like a weed. It will choke out every possible thing tied to you, because you're not coachable.
That's right.
I'm gonna tell you something. My mom told me, it was so funny. My mom, when I was younger, and I was just so rebellious. I just didn't want nobody to tell me nothing. I thought I knew everything. And I appreciate my mom so much more. You know, as you get older, you start really appreciating your parents. And she was like, can't nobody tell you nothing. I remember she told me that one time, and I was like, man, she's crazy. Somebody can tell me something. Then I began to evaluate myself, and I realized I was closed off to people telling me about those blind spots in my life. So you need that, especially as an entrepreneur, especially as somebody in your dreams.
Whatever you're doing, as a pastor, singer, artist, whatever, you need that.
Allowing people to be able to evaluate you. So tell me about those those tough spots. What was a tough spot in making this album? What did you have to do to push past those places?
I think the challenges early let me know that God had his hand on it.
Yeah.
You know, we get discouraged, and, you know, the enemy wants to get us discouraged whenever we're challenged at the beginning of something. When I tell you, the beginning of this process was so challenging. You know, I had people that didn't understand the step. Some people who got upset with the step because I stepped, you know, in step of faith or whatever. But even in the studio time, like the guy's stuff broke down.
Wait, like the equipment broke down?
Yeah, like Slice.
Ooh.
That's my guy, Slice. What's
Yes,
up, Slice?
hey Slice, hey Slice.
But he's 100, but it wasn't his fault. It's just like it broke down, and then I had to go rent this big old humongous board.
Which is financial again.
Yeah, financial.
Okay.
Again, in order to have plug-ins and plug-outs in order to record. But God said, listen at the song that you're getting ready to record. And a guy named Jason Smith, who's from here, who lives in Atlanta, who produced it, wrote it. The song was called Better. And so God at the end of this said, just watch things be better for you.
Better for you.
I know you're going through this right now, but it's going to be better in the end.
That's good. That's so good.
So,
and I think you have to be so conscious.
Right.
That's why you got to keep God at the very first point, not other people.
Right.
God. You said something important. People don't always understand the faith move.
They don't.
People don't always understand when you launch out.
Right.
People don't always understand. If you're waiting on people to say, go ahead, you're going to be in trouble.
Right.
If you're waiting on people to approve this, a lot of times this is just a conversation between you and God. Yeah. I spent a lot of quiet time before God. I'm back in another quiet season. You know, I've been quiet. I've been at home. I've been in prayer. I've been on my face because he's been talking to me about elevation and next level. Right. But that's why he has to be the goal of this. Because we even through your music, we're going to disciple. Right. Even through your music, we're going to reach people. Yeah,
right.
This is what it's about. It's about winning souls and leading people closer to Christ.
Exactly.
It's about teaching kingdom in every area.
That's right.
It's about people experiencing kingdom even in our businesses that may be in the secular world. Right. It's still about kingdom connections and divine appointments. Right. So that's really good. So what is your favorite song on the album?
I guess I'm kind of biased because, you know, I like all of the songs on the EP. But I think God is Able is maybe my
favorite
because it's personal to me. I wrote it back some years. And when I wrote it back then, it was during the time that Lady Kayla had a miscarriage. And we were riding home, and God was speaking to me saying, even if I don't do it, it doesn't change my ability.
Don't make me go. You know, I like to go in.
I still believe God is able. That's what he was speaking to me. And so when I got home, I was able to just kind of put those words and kind of put it together. And the rest is history. That's my favorite. And plus, Lil DJ is singing on that song.
Singing on that song.
And DJ is going to be phenomenal.
Yeah, he is.
Yes.
He is. And I just appreciate you for even cultivating his gift and putting him out here.
Yeah, it's really good to do that because a lot of people, you know, they want people to just sit up under them their entire life. And I'm not like that. DJ is going to map out his own path. I don't want him to just sit up under me like that. Now, his teaching and training, all of that is parents, but as his spiritual teaching, yeah, we do that for him, but DJ's going to walk out his own faith steps. And I'm excited to see where he's headed.
Yeah, but giving him the launch and giving him the opportunity means absolutely everything. I'm like you. Anybody connected to me, I'm just trying to get them developed.
That's it.
Get them where they need to be and get them so that they can launch whatever it is.
Right. Well, the scripture tells us in Genesis in the beginning, we're produced after our own kind.
Yes.
So the creatures of the
that's
field,
good, Travis.
They produce after their own kind. I believe Christians are the only one that have this selfish mentality. I'm going to do this and don't produce another you. And you're not designed to be here forever. So, you know, you're not doing nothing until you produce another you.
Produce another you. And it's so powerful that you said that because that is one of the significant things. You better be attached to somebody. Here's two folds that we make a mistake of. Right. First of all, you better be attached to somebody. Right. You better be attached to somebody that you can glean from. There's always someone that goes before you. There's always someone that has done something you've done. You better lower yourself enough to attach to somebody.
That's good. Yes.
Lower yourself yourself. Humble yourself enough to attach to somebody.
That's right.
Because the other thing in that is if you make a decision to attach to somebody, right? You won't have to make some of the mistakes they've already made because they're going to help coach you through the process. That's the first thing. The second thing is you better be humble enough also to give back to somebody and pull somebody with you. Only a selfish person won't pull somebody along with it.
That's right.
Only a selfish person. So you're doing exactly producing. You just helped me producing after your own kind.
That's right.
Helping somebody. Who are you helping to produce?
That's right.
What do you have the capacity? And then if you don't have the capacity to help somebody produce, I understand. To get whole, get healed, get knowledgeable, get well, so then you could help someone produce after your own kind. If you are just logging in, my special guest for today is Stephen T. Robinson. We are talking about music and life and all of these things. So the new album, the full album releases when?
January.
Okay.
My birthday month.
Yes, it is your birthday month.
Yeah, January.
What are you turning? How old are you turning?
I will be 48.
That's what, okay, 48. So January, birthday month, new album is coming out.
Yeah.
So we can expect some hot things to occur.
Yes.
If you don't have the EP, you need to make sure that you get the EP. Now tell me, how is the balance been? Balancing ministry, balancing music, balancing family. What has that been like for you? I know what it looks like for me on my end of the spectrum.
Right.
What does that look like for you, especially coming from a male perspective, balancing?
Well, it's tough, but you have to do it because if you don't balance, something will go lacking. Mm-hmm. So you have to balance. So I had to just sit down and say, okay, I'm going to work on my solo project because there's other things, like I'm getting ready to do my books, my first book.
Yeah.
I want to go back to school, get my double master's.
Yes.
But you can't do all of that at once, and plus you're pastoring, and you have family.
Yes.
So something is going to go lacking, so you have to balance it. Like, I told my church, well, whenever my son, Steve has he plays AAU, whenever he has a game, I'm going where he is.
Yes.
You know, nothing against my father or whatever.
No.
Because he was wholehearted. He loved us.
Yes.
And he showed he loved us, but he loved the church. And there were sometimes I went out and had to play AAU on weekend.
Yes.
And he couldn't be there, and I was alone, and I wanted to look up in the stands.
And see you need
somebody.
that. Yes.
And so I said to myself, my father's an excellent father.
Yes, he is.
But we learn from our parents things to do better. But I said to myself, I will never, ever allow my son to be somewhere
and I can't be
by
there.
himself.
But do you know God honors that because family is our first ministry?
Yeah.
And a lot of times people don't realize family is our first ministry. Right. I have completely rearranged myself. I understand that, and I had to learn that.
Right. And so
to prioritize those boys first.
You got to.
Yeah.
And so I said that with Khalil, and he's getting ready to do music. Good. And Sky's in school doing phenomenal. If she ever needs me on a Sunday or Maurice,
I'm out.
Any of them, I'm going to go see and support what they have going on.
Because you can get somebody else to preach. Oh, yeah. And they don't make you less a preacher or pastor.
And that's what you're supposed to do. If the church can only function when you are there, that means they're not worshiping the master.
They're worshiping who?
The man.
And they can't worship you.
Come on now.
They can worship you. Because if the Lord moves you.
Come on now.
And then they don't function.
Come on now.
Then they were worshiping you and not worshiping the master.
And that's handicapping them. It's
God.
It's not helping them.
But and it's not helpful at all.
Right?
It's not helpful at all if they're worshiping you.
That's true.
Because we are human and we will fail. And we will fail a person. And a person will be so upset in our humanness.
That's right.
Right? In our humanness, somebody will be so upset in our humanness.
That's good.
Like my attitude, I got a little bit of attitude. Like I fight that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know how we are. For some reason, our Robinson bloodline got something for you. Like it's just our bloodline.
Yeah, we coming for you.
We coming for you. It's just how we act. But in that reality and truth and what I've learned in that, and so sometimes my flesh does get the best of me. But that's why you got to worship the master so that you understand the relationship between us. That's really, 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 really good. What would you tell somebody who wants to Might not be just singing, might be writing books. We both are writers. We talk about writing. You and I are both also avid readers. I was thinking about you coming over here going, oh, I got to give him the list of what I'm reading.
Right.
I'm reading Rules of Engagement right now by Cindy Trim.
I know it's good.
Man,
I see that look on your
man,
face.
it'll revolutionize your life. It'll change how you see everything that you're connected to.
Right.
But what would you tell somebody who wants to get into music or who wants to pursue their passion? What are some of the things that you would tell them or encourage them to do?
Never, ever get discouraged and let anybody discourage you about stepping out on faith and pursuing your dream. Never, ever, never, ever. That was the challenge for me.
Yeah. So pushing past people who questioned it?
Yeah, should I do this? You know, because the challenges are going to come and it'll make you feel like, God, did you really tell me to do this? Because of the challenges and because of people, the lack of support.
Yes.
You know, the people that you thought would push you, but they're not pushing you.
Yeah.
Don't pay attention to that.
Yeah.
If God has given you a vision, run with that vision.
Yeah, that's good. One of the books that helped me was The Dream Giver by Bruce Wilkinson. And he talks about your border bullies and those people that are kind of stand in the way.
Wow.
Or like you said, something big. Sometimes we wait on the high five or the push. And I think God is strategic in that. I don't think he wants anybody to high five and push us at that capacity. I think he wants to be so sold out on him.
Right.
So fine-tuned to him.
Right.
That we don't become dependent on absolutely anybody else.
Right.
And it's hard because we want somebody to be like, oh, you're doing a good job. Oh, I'm so proud of you.
And then he doesn't want anybody to take credit for what he's getting ready to do.
Can you say that again? I know, and it's real.
He doesn't. He really doesn't.
That's a lot of times when I do stuff for people. I don't have to. You don't have to come back and tell me good job.
Right.
You don't have to come back and tell me, like, you don't have to put me over. Some people need that because some people need to hear words of affirmation or whatever. Like, a lot of times I like to do stuff under the radar.
That's right.
Because I know at the end of the day, God is just using my gift or talent.
That's right.
In order to, you know what I'm saying, to help me tap in and help somebody else accelerate.
Right.
We're accelerators.
Right.
And most people don't understand that you're an accelerator for someone else. And so once someone plugs up into your gift, then you help accelerate. Right.
That's right.
We bounce off each other's things up all the time.
Yeah, all the time.
You may have something that I need that accelerates me to the next position. But because we don't know how to tap into our accelerators correctly in the correct season. Also, seasons are different. What is this season like for you?
This season for me is exciting.
Okay.
I believe because I know that God has called me in this season to do what I'm doing.
Yes.
Because it's just exciting to see what God, is manifesting in my life.
Yeah.
So I'm very, very excited about this season I'm in now.
Okay. Yeah. So tell them where and we're going to let you listen to a little bit more of the CD before we get out of here. Can you tell us where to find this CD?
You can find it on iTunes, Spotify, Apple Music, all of the social media outlets.
My copy.
Digital outlets. And also we have hard copies that like you have in your hand. You can call 501-658-5940 and we can get you the hard copy.
Copy of the CD?
Yeah.
What about if somebody wanted to book you?
They can call that same number. Yeah.
Okay. 501-658-5940.
5940. And I also want to give a shout out to you.
Yeah, let's all.
To you.
Why?
Because
look at me going, why?
You were the extra push I needed.
Don't make me cry,
to help step out. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, thank you.
We had a lot of breakfasts.
a lot.
And all of that.
A lot of crispy bacon.
Extra push. And also, I want to thank you for your promotion starting early. Yeah. And she works with me. You don't know that. But she works with me on a lot of things. And I want to thank you for that. Also, I want to give a shout out to Enon Music Group who partnered with us in order to get the CD out. Michi Waller and Tamil Curtis, who's our project consultant.
Good.
And the EP went number 7 on Gospel Billboard.
Yes.
Number 24.
Yes.
And number 30 And we've been on there 3 weeks.
Gospel Billboard 3 weeks in a row. See, let me tell you something. Don't sleep on Arkansas. Don't sleep on people. And not like that. God is doing phenomenal things.
Yeah.
And I love that. I love that we're getting the gospel out. You have been nominated for an award.
Yeah.
I saw that yesterday. And I also saw that it's based on the vote. Tell me about that award.
That is the Triangle Award. And it's going to... The voting will start in October.
Okay.
And it's for Song of the Year remake that I done on the EP. A Change Is Gonna Come, Sam Cooke.
Yes.
Featuring Dr. Bertrand Bailey. He's singing with me, so I'm very excited about that.
Yeah, I was too. I was like, look at this. I saw it come up in my Instagram feed. We're gonna share that on our page so that information is out of there. Yep, you can, Vanessa, you can buy it to download on your phones. You can get it on Apple, and it's also
iTunes,
available on iTunes.
Spotify
has it. Yep, you can get it to download on your thing. Leave them with the thought, and then we're going to play God is Able for them. Leave them just with something that you've taken from this process with moving. Because this is, even though music has always been in you, this is new territory for you.
It is.
Leave them something about in territory. You and I know for a fact, have been praying the prayer of Jabez for probably 10 years now. I'm telling you. I know we have. So leave them with something that talks about what life is like for you in this new territory.
Well, in this new territory, I'll leave you with this because I've really been stuck on this Romans 8 and 18. I reckon that the sufferings of this present time shall not be compared to the glory that shall be revealed in us. And the glory is showing, after the gloom I've experienced. And I've been through some gloom.
That better be your book.
Gloom.
Glory after the gloom. Glory after the gloom.
Yeah,
baby. I gave you your title to that. I'm titling that book today. Here go your title. Glory after the gloom, baby. You better write that.
And I'm a true believer of better is the end of a thing than its beginning. Yeah.
That's good. And I think that's something significant we need to remember in your process of pursuing. One of the reasons we do these Saturday edition of Coffee and Conversations is so that people can attach to your story.
That's right.
People don't know how difficult you lost your mother, how difficult it was.
God, it's horrible.
To be young in ministry, to watch your father get older, to be the baby boy of the family, to have so many expectations on you. I was talking to my son Keyshawn yesterday, and he said, "Mommy, sometimes just people's expectations of me have been just so overwhelming."
That's right.
And he said, "Sometimes I don't want to be special." And I told him, I said, "I understand. That's how I feel too. I say all the time, just let me be regular, Jesus. I rescind my words.
That's right.
Because if I'm regular, then he's not getting the glory out of my life.
That's right. That's right.
He's not getting the glory out of my life. So that's it. Oh, the glory after the gloom.
Yeah.
I can't wait till you read. Look, I done titled this book for him.
Yeah.
That's powerful.
It is.
There is a glory that's coming. But
is.
I think also too, you have to be willing to be broken.
Oh my God, yes.
Right? When you agree.
You said something, yes.
You have to be willing to be broken.
Yes.
And you have to be okay with being broken.
Yes.
You have to be willing to be transparent. You have to be willing to be vulnerable.
Yes.
You cannot be complacent.
You can't, not at all.
You have to be grooming. You have to be able to be grooming.
Exactly.
This process for you to get this album, people think just because they have the gift to sing or an idea for a business or something that is just going to manifest itself because I put my name out there or whatever. And, we talk about it all the time. I always tell you, never want to swell.
Never.
You want to gradually build because swelling goes down.
Yeah, because all growth could mean swelling.
Come on.
Right.
Swelling goes down. You don't want to do. You want to gradually.
That's right.
You want to gradually build. You want to keep your. But you
good.
Also have to know the sacrifices. I know the sacrifices that it took for you to make this CD. I know how long you've been writing. I know that timing and sequence is everything. Right. When we try to launch before, we don't want to be delayed. But we don't want to be ahead of God at all. Because when we get ahead of God, then we're giving birth to something premature. And premature babies struggle.
You talking now? Come on.
Premature babies struggle.
That's good.
It's harder for a premature baby. when it's premature, you won't have all the resources needed.
That's good.
You have to have
Good.
life support.
That's good.
Right?
That's
So I
good.
tell people all the time, go back, write the vision out again.
Right.
Right?
That's right. That's
Pray
right.
on your face, get on your face before God.
That's powerful.
Because you don't want to give birth to nothing premature. You'll struggle in ways you didn't even
powerful.
imagine.
That's
It'll
powerful.
and you have a chance of losing it.
Wow.
Because that's what happens with a premature baby. It's a high risk.
It's high risk. Oh, that's good.
Come on.
That's
Come on
good.
now.
That's good.
Some of y'all in some high risk pregnancies, and
That's
the reasons
good.
your pregnancies
That's
are high
good.
risk is because of the out of balance
That's
spiritually.
good. That's
I
good.
didn't even mean to go there.
That's good.
I didn't even mean to go there. Well, this is my special guest for today, Stephen T. Robinson. We're gonna play a little bit of. I wasn't even trying to go there.
Yeah.
I wasn't even trying to
I'm
go
gonna
there.
remember that one. They're gonna hear that one again.
They're gonna hear that. So he gonna preach that.
Yeah.
Keisha, when he preaches that, let me know. He over here probably finna write some notes.
Yeah.
He gonna preach. That's okay. You can preach that.
That's good.
But that's significant.
Yeah.
This was a dream. This is a vision that
It
was
is.
given to you about God.
Yeah.
And the thing that I do love about you, and I'm just gonna be honest with you, is your heart. Your
Yeah.
heart for people. I don't know if even people know how sensitive you are to people or how much you love people. And I know even though this music was for you, this album was really for the people.
And let me tell you something. It's crazy that you say that. Tamil Curtis, the project consultant and marketing, this project was ready. Mm-hmm. I had 14 songs.
I know.
And, that's why you say you have to be attached to somebody who knows,
Yes.
what's going on in
Yes.
the business, the particular area. She told me, Robinson, I know you love everybody. I know there's talent in Arkansas.
Yes.
But you got too many
People on your features on your album.
She sure did.
Wow.
She told me that.
Wow.
She said, I know. She said, now, unless you're going to call this Stephen T. Robinson
And the friends?
a family or whatever.
Wait a minute.
But she said, you are the artist, and there needs to be at least 60 to 70% songs
About you.
that you were singing.
That's good.
Yeah.
See,
But that just shows you my heart for people.
Yeah.
Because I want everybody, I want all these voices to be heard.
I know.
That's just my heart.
And I know that I know you. I know
Yeah.
that's your heart. I know it's been the same way of even relationships that you've held on to
Yeah.
for the sake of making sure people were okay. We've
Shout
all
out,
done
hold up
that.
just a minute. Shout out to my family.
I see them coming in. I see
Yeah,
Lady
yeah.
Kayla. Hey, Lady Kayla. I
Yeah.
see New Zion Grove members on. Hey,
man,
hey,
when
hey.
I tell you they've been big support, New Zion
Good.
Grove, especially my family,
Yes.
my children, Lady
Yes,
Kayla.
Sky,
Yeah.
CJ,
They all-
Maurice,
yeah.
come on,
Khalil.
Khalil, yeah.
They've all been a big support, and I
That's
appreciate them for
good.
that. But yeah, that's key.
No, that's good.
Yeah.
That's really good. And understanding who goes and who doesn't, who can be attached, and what season. And I think for you, you're not really selfish. I've never known you to be selfish. And I think when you're a selfless person, it's hard to do that because you don't want to feel like
Now,
you're.
let me give you something. Now, Jeremiah tells us that he'll give us pastors after his own heart.
Yeah.
There was a lot, I'm going to bless somebody. There was a lot of times I was sitting in the second chair with my father,
Yes.
and I saw things he done,
Yeah.
and I was like, I'll never, ever do that. They're not going to do this to me. They're not going to do this to me. They're not going to talk to me. They're not going to run me like
Yes.
this. My father told me, I hope I'm still living when you pastor, and I want you to come tell me then. God would not allow me to pastor until he gave me his heart. And a lot of times now, my members and even my family don't understand. Pastor, you too kind.
I get it.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, you know I do.
But with a pastor's heart, you have love for people. I don't care how much they mess up. I don't care how many times they blow it. It's the heart of God.
It's the heart of God. I was reading somebody just sent me something in Colossians, and I can't remember the scripture, but it reminds you of how God sees everybody you're connected to.
Ooh,
And,
that's
and,
powerful.
and it's one of the things that I have been praying for God to give me the vision and the heart for the people around me.
Right.
And it changes everything in you.
It does.
It changes
does.
absolutely everything in you.
It
And I know
does.
that to be your truth. And it
does.
allows people to be connected to you that you would push away.
Right.
But because you
Right.
know who God
Right.
is,
Right.
and because you know people deserve second, third, fourth, fifth,
Yeah.
6th, 7th, 8th, 10th, 12th,
Yeah.
20
'Cause he
second
gave it to me.
chances.
Because he gave it to me.
Because he gave me those
Yeah.
chances. Doesn't mean you don't put boundaries up. Doesn't mean you don't have to correct.
Right.
Doesn't
No.
mean discipline doesn't
Yeah,
have
because
to
you
go
have to
forward.
have excellence and correction.
It has to have
You have
excellence.
to.
Doesn't
You
mean
have
you
to.
don't require more
Right,
out
that's
of
right.
people. But you definitely, if you're going to have the
That's
heart of
right.
the pastor,
And that's what
have
my
a
father
compassion.
said. He said, I came back and told him, he said, I told you. He said, I told you would have a heart. Like
It's funny because personally, Lord has been dealing with me about always having something to say. I always feel like I gotta revenge or vindicate myself, and He won't let me lately.
No, He won't.
Like even when like the other day I was about to go off on somebody, and I just wound up hanging the phone up, and they were like, "You hung up on me," but I had to because He was telling me you don't always have to respond.
That's right.
I'm gonna deal with the aftermath, but you don't always have to have a response, even if you're right. If you're right.
That's right.
If you're right.
That's right.
Because we'll cause offense and not even realize we're causing offense.
I was just going to say that.
And it only takes a minute for a person to get offended.
That's all it takes.
And if they're weak, they'll disconnect from the church.
That's right.
They'll disconnect from you.
They will.
They'll disconnect from ministry.
They will.
And so we are not supposed to cause offense. Well, that's it for today. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you, Stephen T, for being my first guest.
Thank you.
For this season. I'm so excited about this season.
And I'm so excited for you. Proud of you. LMJ Ministries is doing phenomenal.
Thank you. We're growing. God is faithful.
All of the pillow talks, that's just phenomenal.
Thank you. We got Pillow Talk Weekend Edition coming up in October, and the last Pillow Talk for the season. I just thank you for the relationship. Sometimes we don't get to talk as much, but I know you're praying. I know you believe. I
know you are too.
I know if you call me and I say I'm in a crisis, you coming.
I
know you're gonna be like, baby, I'm on my way. Or if I call you and be like, I can't get it today, I know you're there for me.
Yes.
And God taught me that a long time ago. We can't measure relationships by quantity.
Right.
Time spent.
That's right.
We got to measure relationship by quality.
That's it.
The quality of the relationship. That's it. Because our separate lives or our busyness could potentially keep us from not tapping into everything. So when you turn on God is Able, we're going to let you listen to God, a little bit of God is Able. Go get this CD right now. Get connected to LMJ Ministries. He should have a website coming out soon. Coffee and Conversations with LaKisha YouTube channel. We love you so much. Y'all know what I'm going to tell you, right? Go be loved today. Right? And we'll see you later. Listen to this for a little bit. I love you so much.
Turn it around or make a way.
Yeah.
I believe
God is able.
God is able. DJ, y'all help me sing. Lord, have mercy.
All right, that's God is Able. See you guys back here Monday morning, 5 a.m. for the daily devotional. Do not miss it. Get connected. Stephen T. Robinson. He's all on Facebook. Go follow his page, Stephen T. Robinson 1, Pastor at PSTR1. Yep.
Shout out to Pastor Reggie Forte and Will Kendrick for helping produce this song.
That's good.
I want to give a shout out to my guys.
Yeah, that's important too, acknowledging those. Thank you. We'll see you back here next week. Stay tuned. Next Saturday, my special guest will give information on things that we need to carry with us as our kids return to school.
Oh, wow,
that's going to be good. I'm going to be interviewing my girl, Jessica Thompson, who helps me in ministry. And she's going to give key strategies for kids who will be returning to school and things that parents need to take with them into the school season, because we can take for granted. But she's an elementary school teacher and she's saved.
Oh, that's good.
And so she's going to give some strategies and some tips next Saturdays on the things that you need to do.
Make sure we
for your kids to go into the school year. So we'll see you. And as my granny says, and I've been missing her so much lately, love, peace, and blessings.